Assalamu alaikum. 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Aisha Ghazi. First, the headlines. Chief Justice of Pakistan has ordered law enforcement agencies to establish separate cell for cases of missing persons. Foreign Office has announced that Pakistan will launch indigenously built satellite into the orbit next month. ISPR says Pakistan will complete fencing its border with Afghanistan undeterred. Mahsood tribe of South Waziristan has assured full support to government in maintaining peace in the area. In FIFA World Cup, match between England and Panama is also in progress. And now the news in detail. Supreme Court has ordered law enforcement agencies to establish a separate cell for the cases of missing persons. During the hearing of missing persons case at Supreme Court Karachi Registry today, Chief Justice Mia Saqib Nisar also directed the representatives of law enforcement agencies, including IG Sindh Amjad Javed, to start proceedings at all the petitions of the missing persons. The Chief Justice asked the agencies to inform the relatives of missing persons about their loved ones. Ballot tribunals continue to hear appeals filed against acceptance or rejection of nomination papers for the National and Provincial Assemblies seats. Wednesday is last day for decisions on these appeals. The revised list of candidates will be published the following day. Candidates can withdraw their nomination papers by 29th of this month. Pakistan has manufactured its first indigenous satellite that will be launched next month. In a statement issued today, Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Faisal Muhammad said that it will be launched into the space next month. He said weight of satellite is 285 kilograms and it will be helpful for research in geography, climate and weather. The spokesperson said the satellite will also be used for remote sensing. Director General ISPR Major General Asif Ghafoor says Pakistan will complete fencing along the Pak-Afghan border undeterred. In a tweet message, he said Afghanistan's cooperation is required in mutual interest to safeguard the border. DG ISPR said another son of soil sacrificed his life while making Pak-Afghan border safe and inaccessible for terrorists. He said a soldier was martyred and another injured when terrorists attacked troops busy in fencing along Pak-Afghan border in North Waziristan. Sepoy Niaz Ali embraced Shahadat while a junior commissioned officer was injured. Asif Ghafoor said a total of 2,611 kilometers of Pak-Afghan border will be fenced, which include 143 kilometers in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and 1,268 kilometers in Balochistan. The ISPR chief said fencing of 225 kilometers has been completed, while another patch of 397 kilometers will be completed this year. Pakistan and Saudi Arabia have discussed ways to increase cooperation in the fields of media and culture to further cement bilateral relations. This was deliberated at a meeting between Additional Secretary Information Shafqat Jalil and Saudi Minister of Culture and Information Dr. Awad bin Saleh Al Awad in Jeddah. Pakistan has expressed its support to all efforts for peace in Yemen and called for a political settlement to ensure lasting peace in the country. Speaking at Information Ministry's Conference of Coalition Countries Supporting Legitimacy in Yemen at Jeddah, Additional Secretary Information Shafqat Jalil said Pakistan desires de-escalation of crisis in Yemen and an early commencement of negotiations among rival factions. Shafqat Jalil said the current humanitarian crisis calls for more concerted and coordinated efforts at global level to alleviate sufferings of Yemeni people. The conference was attended by information ministers and officials from Saudi Arabia, UAE, Sudan, Egypt, Kuwait, Bahrain, Jordan, Djibouti, Malaysia, Senegal, Yemen, and Pakistan. Fingerprints have been made mandatory for intending pilgrims as per instructions of the Saudi government. According to Ministry of Religious Affairs, the biometric facility will be provided free of charge at Itimad centers. Information about schedule can also be obtained from Ministry of Religious Affairs website. This is Radio Pakistan. Masood tribe of South Waziristan has assured full support to security forces and local administration for maintaining peace and stability in the area. The assurance was given by the elders of Masood tribe during a grand tribal jirga held in Tank today. The tribal elders condemned the elements who are making propaganda against the state institutions. Speaking on the occasion, Deputy Commissioner South Waziristan Sohail Khan lauded the sacrifices of tribal people for the country. He said stern action will be taken against the elements who are trying to create law and order situation in Waziristan. In occupied Kashmir, Indian troops in their fresh act of state terrorism martyred 2 Kashmiri youth in Kulgam district today. According to Kashmir Media Service, the troops shot dead the youth during a cordon and search operation in Koimo area of the district. People took to streets in the area and staged forceful demonstrations against the operation and subsequent killing of the youth. Indian police and troops fired tear gas shells to disperse the protesters, triggering clashes between the demonstrators and the forces personnel. Women in Saudi Arabia are now officially allowed to drive for the first time as a royal decree in this regard has come into effect. The lifting of the prohibition was announced last year by newly appointed Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman as part of plans to reform the country. Traffic Authority spokesman Colonel Sami bin Mohammed said, "Now every woman has the right to drive a car anywhere in the kingdom." In Syria, thousands of civilians have fled to safer areas along the border with Jordan and Israel after Syrian army continued pounding rebel-held areas in the southwest. Meanwhile, the United States has told Syrian rebel factions they should not expect military support to help resist a Russian-backed government offensive. Syria army initiated operation few days ago to regain opposition-held parts of bordering Jordan and the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Meanwhile, US-backed forces have imposed a 3-day curfew in Raqqa city today and declared a state of emergency after reports that Islamic State militants had infiltrated the city and planned a bombing campaign. Turkish voters have casted their ballots in presidential and parliamentary elections. Voters casted 2 separate ballot papers, one for the presidential and one for the parliamentary elections. 6 candidates, including President Tayyip Erdogan, are vying for Turkish presidency. If a candidate wins just over 50% of the vote, he will win the presidency, but if not, there will be a runoff on 8th of next month. 8 political parties are participating in the parliamentary elections. These include Justice and Development Party, Republican People's Party, People's Democratic Party, Free Cause Party, Good Party, Nationalist Movement Party, Felicity Party, and Patriotic Party. Erdogan won the last presidential election in 2014 after completing 2 terms as prime minister. In Mexico, at least 14 people were killed today in shooting incidents in the northern city of Juarez. According to security officials, the victims had gathered to watch World Cup football match. Over 100 people have been killed in the city this month alone. In the Hockey Champions Trophy 2018, India has defeated Argentina by 2-1. While in another match, Netherlands is leading against Belgium by 4-0. Pakistan will take on Australia at 7 p.m. PST today. In the FIFA World Cup 2018, the first match between England and Panama is in progress. England is leading against Panama by 2-0. England is leading against Panama by 5-0. The Japan will play against Senegal at 8 p.m. PST and Poland against Colombia at 11 p.m. PST. And finally, the weather. Mainly hot and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 12 hours. However, light rain thunder shower with gusty winds is expected at isolated places in Malakand, Hazara, Rawalpindi, Gujranwala, Lahore divisions, Kashmir, and Gilgit-Baltistan. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analysis, log in onto our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.